Hey, are you thinking of moving to Las Vegas, Nevada? We're here today to give you all the secret little prices, the inside and out. Anybody can look online and see this house is $500,000, but what we're going to go over today are property taxes, income taxes, lack thereof, cost to register your car. If you wait until the end, we're going to go through all of our personal bills and find out some of the things that we wish we knew when we bought this house. Item number one, what does it cost out here to get your vehicle registered, your insurance, gasoline, shit like that? The thing here is we do not have state or local income taxes. So there's always, a give and take or whatever. So what I'm going to do is show you what we pay each year for our registration and for our insurance. So I am a large human being and I enjoy my truck. So what your value or what you're paying is based upon how much your car is worth. So this is the Sexy Lexi. She's got a 2013 GX 460, and it is $173 last year. Now, each year, it probably goes down a little bit. So what mine is $256 a year, and that's a 2017 GMC Sierra, but I got good rims on it. So it's probably worth a little bit more. Just to kind of give you an example of that, I'm going to go on the DMV's website and see if we can get you just an estimate. Let's just say it's a 2025 and I'm going to get a new truck. We'll see. So let's pop that in there. Chevy.
He's planting the seed for a new truck.
I'm planting the seed. So call us so I can afford it. Let's just call it 50K, 1, 2, 3. And that plate would be $908 a year. So that's a pretty good estimate if your vehicle value is somewhere around there. And every year it's going to go down. And just so we have a little bit more perspective, I'll pop in 25. So at 25,000, you're looking at less than half, 471. And then another thing is it goes down every year. Just something to consider. So another thing out here is how much is gas. So I've always thought, roughly around $4, but there's some ways to get around that. If you're down in the strip, you're probably going to be paying $4 or $4.50. If you're down in the strip, it could be kind of expensive, but there's always good places to go to. Like, how much did you pay the other day?
So just right down the block from us, there's a Dino Mart that had gas for $3.45, and the Sam's Club really close to our house had it for $3.05 only. However, there was a wait. There was a line of 5 cars at each pump, so you have to plan accordingly if you want those deals on gas. Also, Smith's, the grocery store here, has fuel perks.
Yeah, so we spend a lot of money on our barbecue parties and groceries for the family. So every dollar you spend, you get a certain amount off. So sometimes you could take $1, 70 cents, 40 cents. If you go to Costco or Sam's Club, you're getting it much cheaper. If you have premium, it's still only $3.46. So it's not too bad. Back in Ohio, sometimes $2, $3 a gallon. And then my sister lived in Denver for a while, and it was a lot cheaper. And I think it's because there's a refinery there or something. So we don't have the insane California $6, $7 a gallon. On top of that, you're going to need to insure your car. So I'll show you what we've got rocking here. So we have 3 cars, the 2 that we mentioned previously, and then I also have a classic car that I keep in storage, 1965 Scout, badass, just needs fully restored, only 17,000 miles.
We've been hanging on to this car for, 15 years?
Yeah, something like that. It was an inheritance, and I drug it out of the desert, hurt my back.
At one point, we actually stored it in our own garage.
Yeah.
Now, luckily, we found a great storage facility for it in Boulder City.
So yeah, that's another thing. If you have a lot of cars, make sure you call and set up a Zoom with us ahead of time. There's a lot of different things we can do to help you with storage, the plates. There's different things that can happen for you. Hit us at the number below, call, text, email, and we'll be there for you. So our 6-month premium for 3 cars, I'm 43. She's older than me. I won't tell you how much, but it's $1,961, and which equals out to $326 a month. So not too bad. I know a lot of states can get a lot higher than that. I think we're probably a little higher than some states too, but with no state income tax, no local income tax, it's just one of those things. Probably a big reason you're watching this is to get some information about what does it cost to live here? How much does the home cost? How much are your property taxes? And I think you're going to be pretty surprised with the property taxes. So what I can do real quick is just pull up like what's been going on with our market. I have a lot of different ways we can look at this. We have been tracking all the sales and the prices since like 2018. So to give you this is the quickest rundown I can give you of what's going on with our current market. So as of this week, we are looking at single family homes, and we have just under 7,000 of them. We don't include condos and townhomes just because that's a whole different market in itself, and we don't really do a ton of those. We always have somebody that can help you with it, so don't shy away if that's what you're looking for. So right now, 538 of those properties are under contract, which means somebody's made an offer and they're just waiting on inspections, contingencies, loans, people to move out, whatever. Those should eventually close. And then we have our UC to active, not a big deal. The number of homes that were listed for sale last week and for whatever reason did not sell is the 208 plus 55. So last week, 421 properties actually did sell. This has fallen a little bit. A couple weeks ago, it was 600. We've been floating under 500, 625. We kind of have these surges going back.
You can tell, just to go back a little bit too, he was just in April, May.
So yeah,
the amount of active listings has gone up from that time period as well.
Yeah, so I think one of the things of that, and we can get in, if you're a numbers person, call me. We'll do like a more deep dive into this, but I just kind of want to do a little bit of an overview, of what's happening, just because what you hear on the news, what you hear from your uncle, like by the time your uncle or your Uber driver knows it's a good deal, the deals are gone. So we're averaging month on the market, which means from the time you list it to the time you go under contract, it's about a month. The median home price here is just under $500,000. So for that price, and we'll show you next, you can really get a pretty nice house here. It may not get every feature you want, but it just kind of depends. You can probably get, for $495, you can get a really nice house here. We'll go through a few just to give you an example. And then the average sales price is just over $600, which, as you can see, that kind of moves around a bit. The problem with that is it's based on some of these like luxury 5, 10, 20 million will really skew that for the week.
Yeah.
What's been happening in the market here is that houses are sitting on the market when they're not priced correctly. So last you saw the 260 that didn't sell, another 800 people lowered their price. And really the biggest thing I want to get across here, even if we cut a lot of this stuff out, is this a buyer's market? Is this a seller's market? The whole thing with that is it's 6 months of inventory. If you're below that, you're in a seller's market. If you're above that, you're in a buyer's market. Now, Las Vegas is kind of like an island. We don't really have any other cities that are major cities within 2, 3, 4 hours away. So it's a little skewed. So anything under, I'd say 22 to 24 weeks is still a seller's market. But you're still able to get great prices. New construction is insane right now. It's showing that it's a seller's market, but realistically, you have a lot of options as a buyer.
So I went through just a few of the, I guess, popular areas here in town just to kind of compare prices. And I picked houses that are similar in size, bedroom count. They all have pools, and that way you can get a feel for the different areas. First, I'm going to start with Summerlin. This is probably the most well-known area in the city. It's
for people that don't live here.
Yeah, when you're moving from out of state and you're starting your research, Summerlin is going to be what comes up, and it's a well-established master plan community.
Founded by Howard Hughes.
Yes, in the west part of town. It's going to have the highest ranked schools. So again, do your research, but that,
Call us first before you do anything.
We'll start here with this home. So we have 3-bedroom, 3-bath properties, around 2,000 square feet. So this one's just a little bit under that. This one has been listed for 21 days. So they're asking So let's just take a look at all the photos really quick. We'll just do a quick peek here. And I believe this house was built right around 2000. So this one they've done a nice job renovating everything. You've got a stone accent wall. You've got new flooring.
So this is the well stage. It seems like just their furniture, not upgraded, but it's been kept up. Some houses you'll see for a 25-year-old home, this is pretty nice.
Yeah, you have backsplash, quartz countertops in the kitchen, new light fixtures. You've got the nice large yard with a pool.
Oh, they have what we have downstairs, the wood wall.
Yep. Oh, it looks like the bathrooms are done.
Maybe just
redone.
Backyard. I'll click on this so you can talk about it. This is a big lot, just looking at it. And having a pool and a spa is a bonus, because if you don't have a spa, a lot of times you're not going to have a pool heater. And despite it being 100, 110 degrees, whatever the coldest temperature at night is what your pool gets down to. So it doesn't seem like it, but if it's 110 degrees out and the pool is 80, you are cold. It's freezing. You have to run the heater. And when you get out of it, you're really freaking cold. I am such a baby. I run our heater all the time. It's probably reflected in our gas bill, which we'll show you at the end. But she kind of is always turning on.
I like a more refreshing pool myself.
87 in the summer. And then when we have the winter pool party for Kenzie's 11-year-old daughter's birthday, the whole thing's a hot tub, because she kind of got screwed having her birthday right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Hers is right after. So this also has the outdoor fire pit, which is nice and runs on propane. It's clean. You don't have to buy firewood, because I like my wood fires, and it does get expensive because there's not a lot of trees around here.
Okay, so this is a nice property you'll find in Summerlin for around $700,000.
So one quick thing to note is that it's been on the market 21 days. If it gets closer to 30, you know that the price or something's wrong with it.
So then we have, let's pull up this property. Yeah, it just did one.
Okay, so Summerlin's in the northwest part of town. We'll try to pop a map up here. And if you're heading on the 215 south, and then south on the 15, you're going to get to Southern Highlands, which is another master plan community, higher end, built, mid 2000, early mid, 2005s ish. So this one is a 3-bed, 3-bath, and I'll let you take it away.
3-bed, 3-bath, 2,350 square feet. They're asking $589,900. This one was built in, where's our year built? Probably around 2002 or...
Search.TheVegasAgent.com.
I can't find the year built. Anyhow, this property is in a guard-gated community called Royal Highlands. Right off the bat, you're a little over 100,000 less to be in Southern Highlands for around the same size house and in a guard-gated community. So I thought this was a great example to show you. The house, it's more original finishes, but nice.
Off the living room. This is the ones that have that. This is how old this house is. When they built it, right next to the fireplace is a spot for your TV. So when you had 25-inch tube TVs, it was perfect. But nobody has a 25-inch tube TV. This was like the hot trend here in 2005. Yeah. It's got a split level, so you have to walk down into the living room. So if you have a child or whatever, too many drinks, you might be slipping down there and cracking your head on it. Just a thought. But this is a very popular model. We've sold tons of these.
It does have some higher end original finishes. Yeah. Granite,
and you could
stone flooring.
The nice stone flooring. You could do the cabinets and stuff like
Plantation shutters.
So this one's cool. It has a loft. This model has a loft. A lot of people will put like a projector up there. It's nice. It's a loft, but it's not open. So if you want to pop the kids up there, you're not going to hear them playing, screaming and yelling, fighting up there. Siblings. Nice size loft. I think the paint is original.
It's an interesting bed frame.
This one has this cool corner, like soaking tub.
I love that type of tub.
But as you see, the toilet is just sitting out there. So you really you gotta have a strong relationship.
Okay. That's unusual. Usually the toilet, it has its own little water closet.
Yeah, so this backyard compared to the last one is not so big, but it's got the pool, it's got the spa. A little shade cover would go a long way. It's got the outdoor
It's a
kitchen.
built-in barbecue.
So all in all, not bad. As I mentioned before, like the days on market, I think we missed this, but it's been on here for months.
Oh yeah, that's a long time.
I think part of that, maybe a little pricing. You know, there's really only one objection in real estate, and that's price. And what's happening now with everything that's original like this, it just is, unless it's priced very accurately. And one of the things I wanted to go over on the last house, and I just didn't get to it, but we'll look at it. Just a beginning to show you what taxes are. This is a $600,000 house. Call it 550, 575. You're looking at $2,915 for the year on taxes. Other places that might be triple for that amount of house.
That's right.
It's definitely like a money saver, along with no state and local income tax. Now your HOA fee here is a little bit higher than usual because it's $239 a month, but you have a guard gate. So, you know, you're not going to have riffraff in there. I think there's a golf course in there, but that's a whole separate thing.
There's some nice amenities in there. I think they have tennis courts. There's some little parks, and it's just really, really nicely kept inside.
And then the rest of this is just lot square size, lot square feet, pool, this and that, and the other thing. One thing that's pretty important to you is, number one, we'll set you up with a lender, old Joe here. And on that initial Zoom call, even if you're a couple of years out, we love to get everything locked in. But to give you an idea of how much this is going to actually cost you per month in down payment, let's just knock that down to 10%. As little out of pocket as possible. At a 6.5 interest rate, your payment's $33.56. So you really can't beat that for a luxury pool there.
Yeah, that's
a guard-gated home in a luxury neighborhood
for these days.
It's about $2,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment rental. So just to kind of give you some perspective on that one, let's just check out a few of these other ones. Why don't we go just to this one because it seems to be dragging.
Okay.
So why we wanted to pop this one in here is we just sold this house, not this house, but identical to the square foot model. We just sold this from a new construction builder, and we have all the inside scoop. We have great relationships with builders, so it's just another reason to call us well ahead of time, set up your Zoom call. This is 2436 square feet. Let's just look at some of the photos here. You can get these brand new, fresh construction. We just did it for a friend of ours the other day. They're 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, top of the line stuff.
Large lot.
Yeah, it's a large lot.
Tankless water heaters.
Nice open concept kitchen. The one we just sold, we were able to get all the appliances, including, stainless steel, washer dryer, blinds, window treatments. Window treatments can run you $5,000, $10,000.
Yeah,
before you know
it's
it.
great to have those included.
Our refrigerator was what, $3,000?
Mm-hmm.
So these are the little things that add up, and especially when you're moving, you want to try to keep as much of your money in your pocket as you can. This is a great deal. Like, this is maybe one of the best deals in Las Vegas right now. So this is the master/primary bedroom. Plenty of space. You have your closet here for your linens and towels and all that crap. Big closet, plenty of storage. This is probably not the washer and dryer you're going to get with it. I think you get a front load. Bedrooms, blah, 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 blah. You get space. The spare room is this. One thing with new construction is, even though this is a resale, new construction comes with nothing in the backyard, so it allows you to.
You do have to plan on landscaping it.
But you could do a lot.
You could do some basic landscaping for probably just a couple thousand.
You can do anything from basic stuff, maybe throw some rocks and some turf back there, some flowers and plants around the corner. But if you really want to get into it, you could do a whole shade cover, stuff like that. And you have the people that can connect you to do that.
Of course, it's a pool-size lot if you want to add a pool.
Yeah. So the thing with this one that I wanted to show, the taxes on the property taxes are going to be based off of when it's built and how much. So for this property, is it showing here? The property taxes on this property are going to be closer to $5,000. It's 0.9% of the new home sales price. So you do get a little bit of a benefit if you buy a little bit of an older home, but then also when you buy a brand new home with the warranty, you're essentially kind of covered for, I would say, like 10 years, because they're 50-year slate tile roofs, ceramic tile roofs. Your air conditioners they're supposed to go 20 years. Most people run them 30. The cost for a new AC could be $10,000 to $15,000 a unit. A lot of these have 2 units with the 2 stories. You don't have to worry about it. You have 3 years of all the smart home features for free, and it's just a great deal. It's funny, you see all these lot sizes and they're all 4,356 square feet, which the one thing I learned in real estate school was 43,560 square feet is an acre. So I guess do the math there.
Oh, yeah. Coincidence?
Coincidence? I think not. So here's what I wanted to get to. If you put 10% down, and this is your 515 at 6.5% over 30 years, you're 2930. But wait, there's more. As of July 2025, there are freaking amazing deals going on. So what we were able to get for our client was this. So you see the drop in price there?
Wow, look at that monthly payment.
Yeah.
Now that's exciting.
So when you're moving to a new place, you want to put stuff in the backyard, saving $600-700 a month,
and wait, there's more. Didn't you get an additional closing cost?
Oh yeah. So
top of that,
they're offering $5,000.
They can negotiate.
Yeah. I'm doing that for you. What they were offering was $5,000 in closing costs. What we were able to get was $10,000 towards the closing costs, which means less out of pocket. There's some different fees you have to pay with new construction, but we can talk about that. We were able to get them all the appliances, all the window treatments, the 3.75% interest rate, and the warranty for 3 years. Is there anything I'm missing?
No.
But I was able to get $5,000 more.
But that's a lot.
Yeah, so it's fantastic. So we have great relationships with these different builders, so you definitely do not go there. You'll be cursed by a gypsy.
We have to be with you on your first visit, which we're happy to do. So next, let's just talk briefly about HOAs. That's point number 3, cost number 3.
Yeah, cost number 3 is going to be your HOA. And I would say pretty much everything new, you're going to have a monthly HOA fee. A lot of people from different places in the country aren't really familiar with them. Out here, I'd say it's probably 85% of the town. They could range from as little as, ours is $17 a month. And it's pretty cheap, but we do keep it up here. I actually joined the board so I could throw my parties and not be bothered. But they're just keeping an eye on you versus what we saw with that guard gated community, $250. If you're looking into condos and townhomes, you're $200 to $300 a month to start. And then once you get up to some places in Summerlin, we'll have 2 or even 3 HOAs where Marky Mark lives. I think that's $1,000 a month.
When you have the master plan communities, there's a separate master plan fee. So in Summerlin, it's $665 now.
Yeah, $65 a month. But then you get your coveted Summerlin pass. You're upper class by about Tuesday.
So I think that's all we need to say about that.
Here's one thing I wanted to mention, not just about the cost, but people really don't like the HOA. But out here in Las Vegas, one of the things is you can go and look at $1 million houses, and you're going to have Bob's used car lot in the front yard. So I don't know what it is, but the HOAs were designed to protect you, keep the community nice, keep the resale value up. We moved in 4 years ago to our house. We did landscaping to keep up. We repainted it, and it really looks like a brand new neighborhood. Now there's some neighborhoods that are 25 years old that look like shit. Just you roll in there and you're gonna roll right back out. There's cars parked everywhere. You can't get anywhere. Kids can't ride their bike. It's a freaking disaster.
Some of them look like really, you want to be in a community with an HOA.
Yeah.
It's kind of a misconception that they're particular and annoying. Sometimes they can be, and you can review the CC&Rs before you move forward with your purchase. But really, it is better to be in a community with an HOA here.
Sure. They have different kinds of HOAs too. So if you have pools, boats, we've been doing a lot of sales with RV parking. There's different rules and regulations. And for your mid-tier house, it's definitely something you want to do to keep your property value up.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to let you take this. Cost for we're kind of just lumped this all together as like a kid tax, but schools, camps, extracurriculars, stuff like that. A big thing
Well, the only thing with schools is if you end up going with private schools, there's obviously a cost there. The charter schools and public schools, there's no cost for schooling. They're state funded.
So I don't know if you have this where you are, but we have a great community of charter schools. So what it is you get yourself in a lottery and you get into school. Our daughter got in kindergarten first year, and now she's going into 6th grade. She's getting a private school quality education, and we don't have to pay anything out of pocket. The only thing is there's no bus because it's 15 minutes away. So with the tax savings from your state and local, I feel like it's just kind of keeping money back in your pocket so you can choose where to go to school. We have some of the most prestigious high schools in the country, like stuff like Bishop Gorman's, where a lot of celebrities, Mark Wahlberg's kids go there. But even that is roughly $2,000 a month, which may seem crazy, but if you're in a place where you're making $100, $200, $300, $400,000 a year, and you're saving 13% on, if you're saving 13% on income tax for the state each year and 5, 6, 7% on local tax, it washes out. Usually you're better off here. So just something to think about. And I keep kind of mentioning this, we have an 11-year-old daughter named Mackenzie. It's the pride and joy of our life. But with children come great responsibility and some costs. So what are some of the costs for her for like the sports, the summer camps?
Yeah, any sporting activity typically runs about $200 to $300 for per season. Then you might have a couple added costs thrown in, uniform costs, etc.
Pool party costs.
Yep.
45 people from their team over in our pool. They have to buy uniforms. But it's nice that you don't have to buy 90 different outfits, and especially as my daughter and her friends are getting into middle school, they think it's Clueless.
Yep.
1995 reference.
And then summer camps can range anywhere between $120 a week up to $300-$400 a week. So I definitely have the inside track on some of those things. So definitely reach out to me if you have kids and want some of those cost-effective tips. I'm your woman.
She's done a ton of research on that, and some of the ones that are cheaper versus some of the other ones, like we got her in a lifeguard camp. So 3 years now, we've had her in there. It's $250 a week.
No, it's only $120 a week.
Oh, no shit.
It's
so $120 a week.
And she loves it. They do such a nice job.
It wears her out. She's a high-strung individual like myself.
They have the kids swimming for 2 hours a day. They go on field trips.
Archery.
Archery. Today she was there for yoga. So it's a hidden gem. So I can definitely tell you more about that.
Dining and entertainment. Well, things are generally more expensive out here. There's not so many dive bars where you can get $3 beers. PT's is essentially like your local pub. It's a gambling bar with food that's fine. It's not great. But you're probably looking at $15-$16 for a cheeseburger and $10 for a beer, $8 for a beer. I'm a big fan of White Claw myself, and it's getting a little expensive. Going down to the Strip, I mean, you move to Las Vegas, you have the Strip. It's awesome. It's amazing. But it isn't cheap. So you make sure you call us ahead of time. If you're going to come out here, you're doing an exploratory visit, we can give you an inside scoop on how to ball on a budget on the Strip, because I've been doing it for 18 years.
Budget.
Not so much lately, but we know that.
I don't think I've heard that before.
All are on a budget. So when you're going down there, I'm sure everybody saw the TikTok video about a $27 bottle of water. Well, I know you could always go buy a case of water at Walmart for $3 and bring it with you. One of the things we like to do is fill up a backpack full of White Claw and walk around the Strip, backpack cooler, different things like that. You get what you pay for. But the one thing is, like, you get all these crazy locals deals. Once you move here, you're going to know us. You're going to know somebody that has some kind of connection for concerts, sports, whatever you want to do. Like, going on about sports. Like, we now have all these major sporting teams, the Raiders, the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights have like the heart of the community we're out there tailgating for hockey in 110 degrees. They won last year or a year and a half ago, Stanley Cup, had a victory party with 300,000 people. It was amazing.
It was. It's really neat to see the city come together for events like that.
Yeah, so we're getting the Oakland Athletics. Another thing that is rumored is we're supposed to get a basketball team, maybe owned by LeBron. Go Cavs, please come back in free agency this year. We'd love to win another championship to go with our one that we have as a city. We know the good places. We generally go to like our favorite 3 or 4 restaurants. So you're probably talking like family of 3 with an 11-year-old, you can get away with $75. If you go and have some drinks, stuff like that, you're probably approaching $150 to $200, depending on how many margaritas Dr. Dre is having.
And our new thing is our daughter loves sushi now. So if you want to go to, we have our favorite spot down the street. We're looking at what, $100 for all 3 of us to go eat.
Sometimes she'll eat 2 rolls and sometimes she eats 5 rolls.
It really bothers him when that happens. But
$4.
Anyhow, it's all about the experience. So we love it. She's eating some protein, so that's always good. A win-win situation.
So
yeah,
it's always good. So one of the coolest things about living in Las Vegas is we're essentially a major hub. We're known worldwide. We have the airport is pretty much within 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes from almost anywhere you're going. We're 10 minutes away. To take an Uber down there is $10, $20. But the whole thing is, if you want to go to Denver, it's a 90-minute flight. It says 2 hours, it's 90 minutes. My sister lived there for a decade, and we would go literally for a day and a half because you're getting $20 fares on like Southwest, Spirit, Frontier. Call me about Frontier. It's like, everybody hates it, but I have my tips and tricks. You get 2 seats. It's $20. I mean, sit on a lawn chair for 90 minutes and get to Denver. It's fine. I got seat cushions. I got all the secrets. So make sure you call me first. But I mean, you're probably not going to be able to go to England from here, but there are super deals all the time. They're trying to get people here. I mean, grew up in Cleveland, so we're back there all the time. I was able to get Southwest flights on miles, like 7,000 miles. I'm flying there ahead of them to go watch some college football games, go Bucks. And my flight on Frontier, one way, front row, nobody in the middle of me, was $120. So like, you can't go wrong with that. That's a huge benefit of living here.
And then I just want to talk about proximity to the airport. Anywhere you live in Vegas, you're going to be maybe anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes away to maybe 30 to 40 minutes at most away if you're living.
You're 40 minutes away.
In the outskirts of town.
By Mount Charleston. Oh yeah, I mean in Denver you get off the plane and you're 45 to 60 minutes away if you don't have traffic.
Yeah, so the airport's nice and close.
Cleveland, it's an hour and 20 minutes to get out to the country where my parents live now. So on to the last. So this is what the whole shebang, the reason why you stayed. We are going to go over our house and like exactly what we spend every month. Maybe some of the things we didn't think of when we bought this house a couple of years ago that, cause a lot of aggravation. This is stately Dunlap Manor. I think you've seen the pool. So this is the old picture. So don't look at this. But just to give you an idea, we're 537. Zillow's never right. It's the A.
Yeah, contact us for your real market analysis.
Long story short, our house is built in 2000. 2 stories. We have 2 air conditioners, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 22, 24 square feet. We have a big open loft, so in the summertime, the hot air is just constantly blowing upstairs. So that's...
Click on this picture so people can get a better idea we have kind of like vaulted ceilings, which I love, so I can put up my 12-foot Christmas tree. You can see right here, the vaulted ceiling.
When you walk in, you have the nice vaulted ceilings. That's great, but for heating and mostly air conditioning, because you rarely run the heat. All the hot air goes and blows up there. So it can get a little pricey in the summer, and I like to keep it at 69 degrees at night.
And we don't have the newest of AC units, so they're not very efficient. Yeah.
Our power bill, you can go over this because it's a sore subject sometimes.
Yeah, so this is for the month of June going into July, and it was $512. So that you can see from this graph here, that was a huge jump from the month of May. June is when it started getting really hot here. May was probably in the 80s or so. And then in,
May
you
was
know,
unseasonably cool, 80 to 90. It's usually warmer than that. This year's been kind of strange, but
in the winter months, our power bill is generally about 150. So yeah, this month was a shock, 512.
the summer you're gonna pay more, but I could also
Our first summer in this house, we had a power bill. One month was $900. I don't know what was going
I
on.
know what's going on. We have two huge air conditioners for the house. I have a separate Matthews man cave, which I'll show you. That's got 1,000 square feet worth of air conditioning in a 100 square foot room. We have a pool.
Man cave.
Well, we have a pool, and we have pool parties all the time. So that filter is running, 25-year-old filter, nonstop. We have a beer fridge in the man shed, the Matthews man shed. We have our regular refrigerator. We have another full-size refrigerator outside, running all the time. We have a deep chest freezer running.
Okay. So point being, we're not the most energy efficient household.
Plus the lights, the music, the computers. We have 11 TVs.
Okay. So let's move on to the next bill.
So I would say, first of all, if you need to leave, that's fine. But this is an extreme example. Let's say you bought that house that we showed you for $525. Your summer power bill is probably somewhere around $200, $225.
Yeah, brand new house with brand new energy efficient AC units.
We moved here in April and summer came around and we were doing all kinds of stuff, took all of our screens out, all the window shades. It was not a bright idea, but where we'd come from before, I think our bill was like $200 a month. So just something to be aware of, especially if you're buying a house with a pool. You do have a lot of different things. We have a pool guy who's absolutely excellent. That's $130 a month, which is really money well spent because chlorine is like $200 a bucket these days.
Yeah,
so,
it's important to find a good pool servicer because at times our pool has turned a little bit green.
Oh, it's turned all the way green, and we just had to drain it and stuff like that. Screwing around yourself with it is just not something you want to spend your time doing. You just want to come home and relax, especially on these hot summer days. So we have the inside scoop for all kinds of people like that. Really every kind of trade or service. So it's another reason to call us ahead of time and get all that set up. And then, once we, I guess like our clients are like family, we still hang out with them. If we become great friends, and come use our pool and just don't have to pay for it.
That's right.
Yeah. So on to the next, water. Water is a big concern for people that really don't live here. They're very concerned about it. Call us. We can kind of go walk you through all the ins and outs of it. We are not going to run out of water. We're a city of 2.4 million people. There's different things that are going on right now to make sure that doesn't happen. So to show you like what our monthly water bill is, was $112 last month, which is way up, but I think that's from all the parties. We have autofill in the pool, so people are jumping in all the time. It splashes all over the place and then you use a lot. We had some friends in town, showers.
Actually, it went up because they bumped us up 2 more watering days with it being so hot. So I think that's why.
Yeah, so
for the landscaping.
A lot of people have desert landscaping, and being from Ohio, we wanted to keep some grass. So we do have grass in the front. I'll throw some B-roll in there, and then she has her lush landscaping out front. But I really do think it's a lot with the pool, evaporation, autofill.
Yeah.
But as you can see here, like in the winter, it's $30 a month.
50 or 60 is actually our lowest power bill.
Yeah, I mean, it's really...
But yeah, during the winter, you only water your landscaping, I think 2 days a week, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's really low, so...
Yeah, and I mean, if we wanted to cut it, we could. It's just, I'm keeping my grass for as long as I can. I want to put the toes in the grass. And then the gas bill, this can vary wildly. And really, our gas bill is for the pool heater because we have a spa. So I like the spa to be on 100 degrees. I heat the pool when we have our pool parties all the time. I don't like going in the pool unless it's 87. So like I was saying earlier, even at 100, 110 degrees, the pool gets down to whatever the temperature is at night. So I like it nice, crispy. I like to jump in the morning. I know it's caused some fights, but it is what it is.
But keep in mind, in the winter here, you switch over to, for your heat, it's gas heated. So your gas bill does go up in the winter based on how warm you keep your house.
Honestly, like we have 2 furnaces, 2 air conditioners. I think we run it in the morning for like 30 to 45 minutes each day, and it kind of keeps the house warm. Generally, it's, 40, 50, 60 degrees in winter, and there's a lot of natural light. We have 340 days of sun every year. So the big gas bill is from January because my daughter's birthday is in December. My whole family from Ohio came out, and I heated the whole pool like a hot tub for a week. So it was fun. And then I have all kinds of gas heaters and stuff like that. So what does it cost? It was $150 this month because it's been chilly out, and I've kept it at 87 degrees. So if you're a reasonable human, then you probably won't have much problems with this, especially like in a new build, single story. We have 25-year-old windows, so they're not the most efficient. They're just not. And we have the 2 stories with the loft where air just comes in. And when people are over for these, it's probably more for electric, but the door is always open when we're having guests over. So the hot air is just constantly blowing up there. Being as cable is out of control and the NFL package is no longer on DirecTV, we are just cord cutters. So you're going to have internet. We got the best that Cox has, and that's $186 a month for gigabit. So we're going to call old Uncle Elon here and get the Starlink because it's getting to be a similar speed, but it's cheaper. It's like 140 or something like that. We have it at the cabin in West Virginia, and we're able to stream all these devices with the kids and everything, and then be on the laptops, all that stuff. I've been talking a lot about how our power bill is probably a very extreme example. I'm going to show you why. It's 105 degrees out today, but it was cold last night, 78. So I make sure I heat the pool to 87, and that causes more for gas. I have lights strung across. Those shouldn't be too crazy, but we smoke a lot of barbecue here. I use a lot of propane. We have the full claw fridge. This thing was full before we had the party last weekend. Gotta get that thing filled back up and get rid of this Bud Light. In the winter, we run the propane heaters. I have 2 air conditioners on my house. I have TVs everywhere, which they don't really use that much power. Speakers outside. Hey Alexa, play Ludacris. Alexa, volume 10. Hey Alexa.
It's the return, ain't nobody messing with her.
And we have the Matthews man cave in here. As you can see, we got 2 different TVs here on the door. Inside these drapes, we have another air conditioner. This is for 1,000 square feet. This is a 100 square foot shed. It's my man cave. Another refrigerator. We're kind of running low. Secret claw stash. Got a 65-inch TV here with surround sound, which we watch from our beautiful. There's a lot of this stuff I could turn off and get rid of, but this is what my dream house was, having a pool, being able to entertain. So I want to sleep with 68 degrees on the air conditioning. I pay the price for it, but you don't have to. All right, so make sure that you call us and set up your Zoom call before you come out here. Any more questions or anything you want us to elaborate on, we can cover. What we do is, no matter how far out you are, we have an initial Zoom call. We talk to you, get stuff in order.
We do something a little similar, go over the areas and the listings. That it saves a lot of time before you actually physically come out here.
The faster you can call us on your home journey, even if you don't end up moving out here, we can save you endless hours of time. I know a lot of people like to do their own research and then think that when you're done doing that, you call the realtor, you open the door. We can save you hundreds of hours, years, months, anxiety, all that stuff. We know this city. We've been here for 20 years. We've been selling real estate for 11, in and out of this.
A piece,
yeah. So we've been in and out of pretty much every neighborhood you had. Before that, I had my own business that I was in and out of neighborhoods all the time. So call us, use our expertise. We love helping people. We love these Zoom calls, and we will see you soon.
Can't wait to talk to y'all.
Peace.